Climate justice! Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now!
Each year, the Massachusetts Youth Climate Coalition hosts Advocacy Day, our annual event where we gather over 200 youth from across Massachusetts to speak directly to our legislators and host a rally as we march to the State House. Each year, the Massachusetts Youth Climate Coalition selects 6 priority bills. This year, our first bill is the Outdoor Air Quality Bill. This bill essentially makes sure that communities that are disproportionately affected by poor air quality, the air quality is improved in those regions through a council that's established. The second bill is Preventing Gas Expansion, which similarly helps to prevent the development of new natural gas infrastructure and pipelines in environmental justice communities like Springfield. Next up is the Polluters Pay Climate Superfund. The Polluters Pay Climate Superfund aims to put a one-time fee on the top 100 polluters in Massachusetts and use the money to fund 40% environmental justice, and then the rest is used specifically for climate adaptation and climate resilient infrastructure. Next, there's the Interdisciplinary Climate Education Bill. This bill makes sure that when districts have the tools required to implement climate education into their plans, as well as making sure that these plans cover all different subjects. So like you want to learn about climate in your math class, for example, your history class. The Farm to Schools bill makes sure that it's easy for schools and beneficial for local farmers to put local grown food into school cafeterias, which would improve student health, especially for a lot of students who rely on these meals for most of their day. Next up is the Land Back Lamson Brook Farm Bill. While it's not essentially a bill, it's more of an amendment. It brings the Lamson Brook Farm, which the lease expired in around 2021, and it would grant it back to the Nipmuc people and the Small Farm Institute. This year, the Salem High School Environmental Club sent a few members. As a group, we talked to our legislators, Representative Cruz and Senator Lovely. It was really great to bring this group this year as the Salem High School Environmental Club recently started. And it's great to see such a big milestone for the group where we're all working together, directly speaking to our legislators. The preparation for this event has been the work of many youth leaders and also many adult allies. We started in around November, and obviously we're still working on it now. The past 2 weeks have been an absolute blur, but it's 100% worth it to be able to have an event where we have so many youth gathering to support these climate action bills and advance climate legislation and the climate movement as a whole.
Okay, let's see.
And go. People too. We love each other and justice. Now. Climate justice. Now. What do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now.
Sometime maybe next
Climate justice. Now. What do we want? Climate justice. Keep our carbon in the soil. No more gas. No more oil. Keep our carbon in the soil. No more gas. No more oil. What do we want? Climate justice. What do we want? Now. What do we want? Climate justice.
Because that bill in both chambers got sent to study. Let me tell you a little bit. And what does that mean? That means that it is effectively a killed bill until next session unless we make a whole lot of noise. So, yeah, let's go.
That means the meals
we eat every day.
have an impact. Farm to school programs, they change that. They connect schools with local farms, they reduce emissions, and they support local farmers, helping students understand where their food comes from. They turn cafeterias into classrooms.
Our students are not prepared for a changing future. Climate change is an inherently interdisciplinary problem. We will need artists, engineers, historians, scientists, communicators, and so many more roles. Environmental educators give us all purpose. My environmental science teacher, Mr. Marcoux, inspires me with dedication each day, supporting me as I brought Salem High School Environmental Club from an activity. Each student deserves a climate champion in their school, to show them the value of the natural world around them, and to instill in them valuable life skills, to make them care. Passing the interdisciplinary climate education bill would aid districts in developing a climate action plan that addresses climate change through all academic areas, as well as ensuring this education is equitable for all students through multilingual learning. This would be achieved through the creation of a Climate Education Advisory Council, made up of students, teachers, and other representative individuals, which would aid the districts in their plans, as well as establishing a fund to support those plans. At this pivotal time in our nation's history, when diversity is challenged by those in power, I encourage you to advocate for equitable education wherever you go. You can start here by reaching out to legislators in support of H560 and S391. Share what you've seen today, because this is what true climate education looks like. More than 150 students and more than 20 organizations in solidarity fighting for climate justice. Thank you.
Looking back on Advocacy Day, it was a great chance for our environmental club to really experience with real-world action and get a sense for what how climate legislation actually passes through the Massachusetts legislature. Through this day, we got to make sure these bills are on the top of the legislators' minds, as well as bringing public attention to them. When many of our bills end up dying in committee, it is so important that we bring transparency and we assure that our legislators can commit to actually supporting their constituents. At the end of the day, our legislators work for us, and it's important to remind them of that. That's the goal of Advocacy 2026.